Welcome to Latricia Creates. I am Latricia. In today's video, we're going to create earrings using our Cricut machine. Let's take a look at the materials we're going to use for this project. For this project, I'm going to use some genuine leather. This is just a scrap piece of leather that I have. I have a scrap piece of white HTV. I'm going to use the purple strong grip Cricut mat, the knife blade, some painter's tape. You can also use masking tape. I have these earring hooks. These are the little ball hooks that I don't need jump rings for. Hopefully I won't have to switch out. I haven't used these before, but I'm going to try them out today. I'm going to use my brayer tool. I have a hole punch to punch the holes. You can also use a leather punch, or you can have the Cricut to cut out the holes for you. We need a heat source. I have this little iron. I have this ironing mat, and I'm going to use my Cricut Maker. And the last thing we need is a design. We're going to head over to Cricut Design Space, find a design, and use one from there. You ready? Let's make it. I'm in Cricut Design Space, and I'm ready to start my project. I'm going to go over to the top right, click on New Project. Now I'm going to go to the center left, click on Images. I'm going to search for football. Now I'm going to scroll down and see which football I actually want to use. There are some really cool footballs in here, but I think I want to use this one here. So I'm going to click on it, click Add to Canvas. Now I want to resize the image. I want it to be 1.5 inches in width. If you look over here in the layers panel, you can see that it's only one layer and I need it to be 2 layers. So I'm going to duplicate this football and contour both of them. On this one, I'm going to go to the bottom right, click on contour, and I'm going to get rid of the football shape. Now on this one, I'm going to go back down to contour once again, and this time I'm going to get rid of the other 3 pieces. Now it's good to go. I'm going to change the colors, make the football brown, and make the other pieces white. I'm going to duplicate both of them because I need 2 in order to have a pair of earrings. Now I'm ready to make it. I'm going to go to the top right, click on Make It, click on Mat. I'm using a 12 by 12 inch mat. Click Continue. I'm going to move these down just a little bit and over some, and I'm going to mirror them because this is HTV. I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to click Browse All Materials, and I'm going to look for iron-on, and I'm going to use Heat Transfer Non-Cricut because I am using Caesar Easy Weed, and I'm going to click Done. Now I'm going to head over to the Cricut Maker and cut out the HTV. I'm back at the craft table. I'm going to put the HTV onto the mat and load the mat into the Cricut Maker. Remember, with HTV, the shiny side goes down. I'm going to unload the mat. Now I'm going to go ahead and load the leather onto the mat and go back to Design Space to set up for the leather. If you don't want your mat to be messy with all of the stuff from the back of the leather, you can use a piece of contact paper or transfer paper on the bottom. I'm adding this for extra security. I'm going to head back over to Cricut Design Space and change the settings to leather settings because currently they're on HTV and I want to change it to leather. The HTV is all cut out. Now I'm ready to change the settings for the footballs. I'm going to go to this drop down arrow and I'm going to go to browse all materials. I'm going to search for leather. I'm going to use the tooling leather 6 to 7 ounces. Click done. Now I'm ready to head back over to the Cricut Maker where I'm going to change the blade and load the mat for the leather portion. Now I'm ready to change out my blade. Put in the knife tool. I forgot to mention the reason why I moved the leather down so low is because I wanted to be able to check it to make sure it cut all the way through. When it's up high, it's hard to check for me. So that's why I moved it down low. And as you can see, it cut all the way through. So we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and unload the mat from the machine. Now we're ready to put the HTV on. I'm going to clean this up. I had to grab a weeding tool to weed the HTV. And I grabbed a marking tool to mark on the leather to be able to punch the hole in it. At first I was going to eyeball it, but I changed my mind. So now I'm going to weed this. I have my iron set on medium heat. Next, I want to place these. I kind of want this to be a little lower because I don't want the hole to punch through this part. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron down these two sides and I'm going to move this down a little more. I'm going to grab some scissors to cut these two apart. I pressed that for about 15 seconds. Oh. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now let's see if I can get the other one to closely resemble it. I should have applied more heat and probably more pressure so this would have stuck down. Now I'm going to punch the holes in it and put the earring hooks on. I think what I'll do next time is I'll make this adjustment in design space where I can move this down lower. I got both of the holes punched and I used the 1/16 for the hole. Now I'm going to slide the earrings onto the hooks. And there we have it, our football earrings, our leather and HTV football earrings. Here's a closer look at our final project. I think they came out pretty nice, and I really like these earring hooks. They're so easy to use. You don't need pliers and jump rings, so that part was really cool. I hope you're able to make some as well. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep creating.